Hello and welcome back to another episode of Quick Play, where I play games quickly. Now I'm turning down the volume, and yeah, I know what I said in the last episode that I do like the rare matters property of Ubisoft and that thing, and so like I did that in iMovie. Anyway, I did that in iMovie. And like the whole video flipped on its side for some reason. So blame iMovie, don't blame me. Okay, I do not care. I was going to do a quick play on WrestleMania the arcade game, but I plugged it in like oh, Pog doesn't want to record this explosion. No, nothing exploded. That would be kind of cool though. Yet very scary. So yeah. Love the music to this game. Alright, I'm gonna turn out the game audio just so that you can listen to that music. So this is maybe my favorite track. My favorite track is I'm torn between Wonderworld, the main theme, and the stage 2, which I guess I'll play. It's like my favorite song. That's like picking your favorite child. Because like all of the Sonic games have such good soundtracks. It's just insane. Like aside from Smash Brothers, this Sonic series probably has the best soundtrack of all time. Smash Brothers is crazy. Oh no! Because like everybody, including Sonic. Okay, I'm gonna turn the music back down again, but you know, I bet you couldn't like hear me for that entire time, but you know, you gotta listen to some good music. Well, on the topic of music, which is a thing, my segues are convoluted. I mean, like you have to make an episode of Game Theory about my segues, and how they fit together. Like seriously. Segueing from music. I mentioned music in my review and said that it was good. And about my review, I've been watching it, and with all the complaining I did, I think a score of 8 out of 10 is way too high. So I'm gonna bring it down to a 7.5. What in the world? That was a glitch. Like, I wasn't even moving the analog stick. See, stuff like that. Yeah, it's like, it has glitches. The controls are a bit, tight. What else? The wisps are not that great. I mean, they did release that update, so okay, up to an 8 because I remember they released that awesome update, which fixed like a ton of problems. So yeah, an 8 instead of a 9, and I'm bumping Knack down to a 7 because after playing the game some more, I realized it can be very repetitive like most beat 'em ups, and you know, I'm just gonna use the wisps. It can be very repetitive, and the graphics have a nice shade of rocky brown and rocky gray with an occasional green grass. And when you see that green grass, it's beautiful because everything else is a rock or an industrial environment. So yeah, bumping both of those scores down one notch. I mean, they're still both great games and you should buy them. Knack especially for a launch title. That's like the best launch title I've played in a very long time. And I have a Yeah, I said I was gonna play Act 2 next, but I'm just gonna play Act 4. Ha ha ha. I don't even know what I was talking about. Anyway, I have a Sonic Generations review planned. I know I said I was gonna do Papers, Please, but my writing couldn't really do it justice. Maybe after my writing has significantly improved, but yeah. Excuse me. Sorry about that. I just had dinner. The whole time I was talking about Papers, Please. I'm like, Papers, Please, until my writing gets better. I'm like trying to hold in that burp, but no. I'm like, every time I burp or fart, I farted in the Rayman Legends episode that I did yesterday. I'm just really gassy. Yeah, like, they're just like, hold it in. I'm like, I cannot hold in my farts. Burps maybe, but not farts. Ha! Haha, you thought you could trick me, Flowers. But I am Sonic the Hedgehog. Sonic. Sonic. I don't even really like Sad I Am that much. I mean, it's better than Adventures of... Oh my gosh, I have like nightmares about Adventures of Sonic the Hedgehog. That show, man. I make fun of it in my Sonic Generations script, and I usually don't make fun of stuff. But what's sad about it is I loved the Adventures of Sonic the Hedgehog show when I was like 7. And that really goes to show that if you slap a mascot on anything, young kids, like I know I'm a kid, but I can't stand Sonic 06. I don't like Unleashed that much. Surprisingly, I like Sonic R for some reason. I don't like it. I mean, it's like a 5 out of 10 when most people would give it like a 2. And like, I don't like, oh my gosh, I cannot stand 3D Blast. That game is so horrible. At least the Genesis version. I've never played the Saturn version, but I don't think it's gonna be any better. I don't plan on getting a Saturn because there are a total of 3 games that look decent for it. Wonderful, wonderful update that allows me to use the gamepad, I mean not gamepad, analog sticks. Analog sticks! I saw it. You know, I forget, does that wisp like, when I remember, like, from what I remember of my first playthrough, only playthrough, that wisp only appears like twice. Yes, I got like, you know what, you should go back to like doing what you did with Colors. Colors was amazing, first of all, and I liked it was in space. Sonic works really well in space for some reason. Like Generations, I know it's not really in space, but it's like in between time and space, so it counts as space. Don't think about that too long or your ears will start bleeding, along with your nose and eyes. But it's kind of space. No, it's space. Yeah. It's space. Not really. But I don't care. Take that, Zav. No, not Zav. He's a man. Zaz. Zone. Maybe it's like the easiest. All the bosses. That's another thing I forgot to bring up in my review. All the bosses on this game, are maybe like the easiest bosses ever. You know, I'm gonna put in the review extended thoughts and more gameplay annotation, because I like to keep spoilers out of my reviews. So okay, we're at about 9 minutes. No, about 10 minutes. Okay, so here, let me get into a level. Oh my gosh, I do not care, Wisp. That's another thing. See, you know, it's back to 7.5. Like, the Wisps are the most annoying thing ever. You maybe have a thimble's worth of carrying space in Sonic's butt or wherever he keeps all the stuff. No. No, I'll do this one. The Wisps come way too often, and the power-ups are way too plentiful. Yeah, back to 7.5. I changed that score from a 9 to a 7. When you really look at the game, there are a lot of problems, but you know, I just think that yeah, also it never teaches you how. I learned from a review that you could actually do that thing where you like go side to side with A. Get 7. This score is becoming more justifiable by the second. Oh my gosh. And also, why do I have to... seriously, I just like... The more I play it, the more problems I notice. I mean, I still love the game, but... Oh, shoot. But, like, why does the kick, like... I don't even know. The kick shouldn't really... It just adds to something that doesn't need adding. So yeah, I'm definitely leaving an annotation on that video that's like extended thoughts plus score change, click here. Okay, you know, also spoilers, it's gonna be another point to changing my score, but it's going to involve spoilers plus cheap deaths like that. Seriously, people. But anyway, so when I go boom, boom, and I'm standing completely still, that is a, that's when I'm done talking about spoilers. So I'm gonna start talking about spoilers in 3, 2, 1, go. The final boss is horrible. And like when you fight Eggman, I mean, it's more pathetic than Colors. How is that even possible? I mean, Colors, I mean, that boss was bad, but I mean, it did have a little bit of like epicness to it, I guess. And it was super easy, but my gosh, this one, it was horrible. I mean, like, it didn't even have, I hate those guys so much. It didn't even have like the epicness of Colors or Unleashed. It didn't have the challenge of, I'm not really sure, like, the classics, I guess. I'm not really sure. A good example for that. Although you can't really expect new games to be as hard as older games, but, you know, still. It's just a really bland, stupid fight, like every other boss fight in this game. 7.5, I mean, that score is coming... I've said this a billion times in this video alone, but... yeah, basically what I said is that the final boss is stupid and bland, like every other boss. I mean, all the bosses are painfully, I mean, they are painfully easy. I mean, it is ridiculous. You know, I'm really glad I have that longer than 15 minutes now, because I need longer than 15 minutes to explain my thoughts on this game. Because this game is so hard to give thoughts for. And, well, now that I think about it, I'm really glad that this Quick Play is a lot more active than the last one. The last one, I'm like, hey, I'm playing Rayman Legends. Great game, by the way. Buy it. But buy it for the Wii U, because it has, like, exclusive levels and costumes and stuff. Anyway, I'm getting off topic. So yeah. I meant to parkour up that wall, but apparently I wasn't lined up perfectly. That's a really nitpicky thing I just said there, so that I can forgive it for, because that's really nitpicky. Whoop. yeah, seriously, I'm so glad that I have that longer than 15 minutes time limit now, because it's not even a limit. I can record for however long I want. But my computer does not have infinite space. I do not have the cloud. Well, I do have SkyDrive, but I'm not going to upload anything directly to it. I have like 675 gigs. I've used up like 75 within the past like 6 months. That's probably not good. This will be the last level before I end it, but yeah. Knack is getting changed to, no, that was the trick. Knack is getting changed to a 7, and Sonic Lost World is getting changed to a 7.5, because, you know, now that I look at it more closely, it does have a lot of flaws that I did not notice. I think it was me going like, oh my gosh, new Sonic game, new Sonic game, new Sonic game. I love Sonic. New Sonic game, new Sonic game. New... Did you see that? Like, stuff like that. And like, the glitches, I mean, I didn't run into any on my first playthrough, but you know, now that I'm just messing around with the game, doing whatever, I'm running into a lot of them. Whee! And then there's cheap deaths like that. Like, if I hadn't followed the ring trail, I would have died, but I played this level before, so I know to follow the ring trail, and I think, you know, that's actually, like, it's kind of a cheap death, but those ring cannons do sort of lead you to it. Plus, this is a secret level, and those secret levels are usually harder. So yeah, 7.5 I really think is the best score you can give a game like Sonic Lost World, when it has... Sonic Lost World is just, it's a really hard game to cover, like really hard. Though there are people like Nintendo News by Me, if you watched his Wii game collection video, who can't stand the game, and then people like me who think it's really good, but you know, opinions are opinions, and everybody has a different one. I have a friend who doesn't like the game because it's too hard, and this game is really hard. Like, that's a justifiable reason to not like it, because it can be very cheap. Very, very cheap. Cannot get over all those deaths I have suffered because of it. But anyway, I've rambled on long enough. This has been Bryce from Triforce Gaming Pros, and I'll see you guys later. Bye.